Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Alien vs. Predator 3, or 2010, or whatever the case may be. So, AVP is a game that I already did a video on, and I complained about it incessantly. Well, that was back in 2013, I want to say, and back in 2013, I was very much set in my ways. Basically, for me, I wanted a game exactly like the original Alien vs. Predator games, all two of them. And this wasn't that. Or was it? As we can see, it's already pretty much like those other games where you can select from Alien and Predator and Marine. So it's off to a good start. Basically, I feel that this game was very dumbed down compared to the other ones, but that was back in 2010. Will I feel that way today? Well, let's find out. Is it still bad? Or is it actually good? I mean, we have a whole new way of seeing if a sequel, you know, is good or bad. I mean, we have these days, you know, Rise of Skywalker and all the rest.
Sir, we're ready to
so,
begin.
is this going to betray the franchise or not?
10,000, 100,000.
I can already tell that the audio mix is not that great.
Mr. Wayland?
Yes. Begin the breaching procedure.
Is it 100,000 years old? Well, you could use radiocarbon dating. I mean, like, we can already tell that the technology looks like, you know, stuff from the original Aliens. You know, this is already off to a pretty good start. I honestly don't remember any of this stuff. And hello, Emperor Snake. Love how that one screen is devoted to just a blinking exclamation mark. Oh my god, they unleashed hell! Wait, no. I'm getting a lot of Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil vibes here. Now see, that looks cool. I did not remember that part. Okay, so that light has to be traveling faster than light. Otherwise, there'd better be some, like, predators really close by. Otherwise, they're not going to see it for, you know, millennia. Just saying.
Coming in low and smooth. Still nothing from the surface?
Surface speed combat drop until further notice.
Understood, Marlowe. We're...
I don't know what the audio sounds like. Shit.
Unknown vessel detected. Shit, it just appeared out of nowhere.
It's like the audio mix really is not very good.
Shit.
Now I have to admit that was pretty bloody awesome. I put this scene in my one of my intros because it does look really cool. It does kind of suck that, you know. I love the fact they say evac. I think the people who write those things just assume evac sounds cool.
Marlowe. Come in, Marlowe.
So the Marlowe got exploded. So it does mean that humanity's spaceships at this point are pretty crap.
The Marlowe's gone. Last wave inbound.
All I'm getting is music.
Hold tight.
I don't want to skip the cutscene. I cannot hear them talking. I wonder if this is set for like 7.1 surround sound for some reason. Can they cover this in the simulation? No. Although it is kind of funny that this is part of the AVP. And then he gets smacked. That was pretty popular back in this time period where, like, you're in some sort of helicopter or plane and you get smashed in the head.
Come on, Private. Let's get you on your feet.
It's like, couldn't he just land? Why does he got to get smacked?
We have a potential xenomorph.
This is not a bad intro, though.
That's right.
I definitely remember this being a lot worse than it is. And the graphics don't look that terrible for a decade ago. And this is where they call it molecular acid, even though they said it was like molecular acid. Because, yeah, I'm a nerd, what of it? And that's not the Sulaco, that's the Marlowe.
Time to secure the area. Let's take a look inside.
Well, this isn't Colonial Marine, so it's not an express elevator to hell. It's an express elevator to, not purgatory, but slightly above that.
Right on top of us.
See, this is where, like, the intro could be a little better. Because it's where your squad gets killed this early. And, like, we've seen, like, 2 or 3 guys. So it'd be better like if we got in a fight, got separated. But once again, this still is not bad. It's still better than Colonial Marines, I can tell you that. They are trying to go for a kind of a scary kind of thing, even though it's not that scary. And there we go, one really skinny arm.
Rookie, you reading me? This is Tequila.
And some very square-toed boots.
Take your time. Look
The
around.
graphics don't
slowly.
look too bad. Use R to look around. Oh my god, truly the greatest ever.
You took quite a knock to the head during the drop. Take a stim. You'll feel better.
Yeah, it really should be properly secured, shouldn't it? Now, right here, this is something that I took for granted back then.
Squad bugged out in a
It's
hurry.
like health stims.
Behind.
It's like
On the other
you
side,
get 3 health
there's that
slots. It's
fight.
better than regenerative health because you still have to actually, you know, try. Collect power-ups by moving over them.
Use your
What? Use flashlight in dark.
And if
My
you
god,
need
look at
more
that
light,
laptop.
Pop a flare.
The future. Has that actually got a QWERTY? Okay, good. It does have a QWERTY.
All right, Marie.
I never used flares. It's one of those things. I don't
Way
know
out
why.
by the basement.
Okay, now what the hell is wrong with the audio here? Because, like, I'm not getting any, Okay. That's just weird. I don't know what the problem is. I guess it's because I'm using modern day stuff, I guess. So, like, I can't actually hear them
I'll send
talking.
an objective marker to your heads-up display.
So all I can do is read it. It's like I'm deaf. I mean, I can... Well, I can't shoot, because this is a Call of Duty style thing. Now, what exactly am I going to smack? There we go. Okay, I know how to play a game. And hello, Turok. No OSHA in the future, that's for sure. And, well, it's not as bad as I remember. Okay, there we go.
You should
Trying to
be
pay
clear
attention to
of
everything.
friendlies. So if
You,
anything,
wait a minute, hold on. Turning up master volume shouldn't... Oh, am I an idiot? Okay, let's turn that up, but let's turn this down. Oh, it's gonna turn everything down like that, isn't it? Yeah, let's turn that way down. And since we're not voice chatting on this... Alright, there we go.
shoot it.
Audio still sounds pretty bad for some reason. Like, it sounds really bad on my end. I have no idea why.
Go off mic. Keep moving.
Van
I'll
Zant.
be in touch.
So wait, we've got Amish in space, apparently. We have to climb down there. I know how to play video game. I'm more concerned with, like, why the audio sounds so terrible. You probably don't want to stand that close to a gas canister. Or even that close. There we go. I got just a tiny sliver of damage. Yeah, this game looks pretty good for 2010. And the FOV is not horribly squished in like the Xbox version was. The tracker will reveal hidden enemies. Really? I never would have guessed. Now, I gotta admit, I'm actually starting to get in this game. Oh, let's see. Can we see what that says? One of the... Actually, we can kind of read that. The new planet under scientists. Do we need colonial marines for research? The hardest point. Solution for future... I love that you're not supposed to read that, and so that has extreme English. I hear somebody getting gutted somewhere. So yeah, the thing I didn't like initially with this is I didn't like that you didn't immediately get into combat, but it's actually setting the, Also, in 2000, the mid-2000s, they loved characters opening doors for some reason. I have no idea why. Like, Turok really liked that. There we go. I'm not really sure what it is I'm doing, because I can't... The next episode, I'm gonna fix the audio on my end so I can actually enjoy it.
BG-386. Not quite a home away from home when the company staked its claim. But here at Weyland-Yutani, we see beyond the immediate,
Quick champions to work, even though that game's kind of dead.
shaping new worlds for every man, woman, and child.
I never played this game multiplayer, but I played AVP1 multiplayer
Building
quite
better
a bit.
worlds.
In fact, that's one of the few games I played multiplayer, like, for years. and I got a lot of fond memories playing as the Predator. I specifically like doing the Tron Deadly Discs kind of gameplay, where you and the other players would be the Predator, and you'd use that smart disc, because the smart disc was a one-hit kill. Enter the colony. Could it be xenomorphs? No, it's orcs. Not orcs, not again! There needs to be another AVP game that's similar in concept to like, I'd like to see a Predator game made exactly like Doom 2016. Because that would be the most awesome thing of all time. I also remember the frame rate on the 360 version being pretty crap, from what I recall. But then again, PC Gaming Master Race, anyone? Even though I'm using a 360 controller. Alright, let's see what we got here. I really do like the fact that they stuck with this design aesthetic. I mean, it really is one of those things where even the books didn't stick with the original Aliens design aesthetic.
We're gonna reset the system with the power breaker.
This also has that mid-2000s trope of the infinite pistol. I'm not sure if that was COD that started that or not. I kind of feel like that was COD. Oh my god, we've got a flat screen monitor. Truly, we are in the future. No CRTs for us.
Good. Now give it a moment.
I'll give it a moment to turn back
Turn it
on.
back on.
A Velociraptor!
6, 5, 4.
This is totally ripped off from Jurassic Park, but, well...
Now throw that lever again to reboot the system.
And reboot the system. Push to close.
What happened?
I love how the Xenomorph just kind of like
Check your perimeter.
bumps into you like some sort of grade school bully.
Get out
Speaking
of
of
there.
grade school bullies,
Regroup with the
ATF is rampaging and running amok. I'm trying not to be too worried about that, but...
Fuck. Close it, close it.
Close it! Close it! That Xenomorph looks pretty good.
Wait.
I mean, for 10 years
Still
ago...
got environmental controls. Diverting pressure to the
let's
pipes
see.
outside your room.
Oh, you're gonna kill one. We're gonna be killing hundreds throughout this entire bloody game.
Sounds
Hello,
like steam really
Jacob
pisses them off. Check the other door.
Yeah, maybe it was Left 4 Dead, but I know that there was a number of games at the end of the at this time that gave you infinite pistol ammo and stims. Let's see, can we read it? Oh, I didn't even remember you could see your body. I love games that do that. It's so much more immersive. Let's see, now it's the same thing. Solution for future. Let's see, can I crouch? The answer is no, apparently. I can throw a flare. But that doesn't really help. I was trying to read what that thing said.
Look for the body.
Let's see what we can see.
Shoot it.
Look for the body. Shoot it!
Bust that
Now,
out.
realistically, we should not be able to kill a Xenomorph with a pistol. Because, like, in the original books,
Don't
it was
forget,
mentioned
that's
that
it.
the armor would repel that. I love how the body melts into the floor because this was clearly a fairly basic console port. Because the 360 couldn't handle that. Now, is her name actually Tequila, or is that just audio logs? Or an audio diary?
Real shame the rookie got left behind.
Dear diary,
Sure, he's
Purple
wet
Hicks
behind
looked at
the
me
ears,
today. His
but he's
eyes are
got
so
heart.
dreamy.
Maybe that'll be enough
And
to see
other
him
random
through.
crap. Let's see. what we
Tequila
got.
out.
Also remember the motion blur being a lot more obnoxious on the there's a stock sound effect if I ever heard one.
Whatever sank the Marlowe handed the Xenos a trump card. This drop is
Here,
shaping
Sam
up
had
worse
it?
than Acheron, if that's possible.
Oh, I'm planning on doing alien infestation. Well, technically, Vasquez shot it in the mouth. So that's one way you can actually kill a Xenomorph, is by shooting it in its unarmored mouth. Also, she had some sort of weird 9mm 1911. Which, if you read the Colonial Marines Technical Manual, apparently is supposed to be recoilless and silent. Somehow. Okay, I think we have to wait for the shootings to finish. Yeah, you could have armor-piercing pistol ammunition. Where do I shoot that? This is a VP-78 pistol. Now, in the original Aliens, you had the VP-70 pistol, which is a... Oh, crap! I was not paying attention. Now, evidently, I can block the Xenomorph. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, I could... This dude must be straying, because he literally just... He's smacking him around like he's an asshole. That was one thing I didn't like, because it's like, how could a Colonial Marine do that? But, you know, admittingly, it's kind of neat. You know, it's like, you can box with the Xenomorph, even though technically the Xenomorph should literally be able to rip through your arm, because they're supposed to be able to slice through metal. You know, so it's like, well... But then again, I get it. James Franco's dead! No!
Get your ass to
It's up to you now, rookie, because of course it is.
Guard duty again.
Because why would it not be up to him?
So stay frosty, rookie.
Now I can get the Predator like boxing. Also, payphones. Truly, we've gone back to the good old days. Cell phones, what's that? That's actually a pretty nice model, actually. I mean, for a game from this time period, this is actually pretty good. I think I was just kind of being pissed off back in the day. The Xenomorph does have a new sound effect. It's more of a growl. Honestly, it sounds kind of generic, but it could be worse. It could always be worse.
I'm locked in the next room, but there's
an emergency generator. How did you get yourself locked in there?
I saw some lying around out there.
Of course I gotta pick up a power node. Why wouldn't I? I can punch a Xenomorph, but this is really heavy. Sure it is, dude. Sure it is. Got Private Heracles here.
Good job, Rick.
Do you think Disney and Fox should ever make an Aliens TV series? It'd be nice, but probably not.
I guess we're even. How's the head? Come on in and grab yourself a pulse rifle, kid.
Well, you know, I do have a 1911-ish pistol chambered in 9mm.
What the heck was Weyland-Yutani up to down here? It's Xeno Central on this rock, and these bugs don't just pop up unannounced. And I don't even want to think about the hostiles that popped in out of nowhere and took out the Marlowe. Anyway,
the Xeno, or the Predators, you mean?
Some of the colony's systems from
she's kind of attractive. Well, she doesn't have much on Gina Carano, though.
Repeat.
This is Connor. My squad's in the club.
Let's see, what does that say? Oh, that's a number. Well, John Connor's is in the club, huh? Well, he's not going to last for much longer. Actually, give me all ammo. Now, here's the thing. People say that the pulse rifle has a 99-round magazine.
I can give you one man.
It does not. It holds 100 rounds. That means there's one in the chamber and 99 in the goddamn magazine.
I gotta stay here and get the rooftop sentries back online. Give him hell, Ricky.
I do not know why my audio is so messed up. It's gotta be something, you gotta check the PC Gaming Wiki. The M41A2 pulse rifle. They finally, moved back to ball powder, did they? Just wanted to cheap out on it, I guess. Oh, crap. Where the hell is he? There he is. Now, realistically, I should totally be dead. But realism... There's the one thing I really quite liked about the original AVP games. Like, if you got hit once by a Xeno, you were dead. That's one thing I didn't like about this, because like, it just felt like it was a little too easy. I suppose if I played it on hard mode, it would be, well, harder, but, well, what's the fun in that? They're coming out of the walls, man! How are they where are they coming from? Through the walls!
Get in there and help them.
Of course I'm gonna get in there and help them, but I guarantee you they're gonna be dead by the time I get there because it'll be dramatic! And that still looks okay. It just looks... Oh, I remember this club battle with the then new dubstep music. Dubstep?
They need you up at the club.
Okay, where the fuck am I going? I'm gonna blame the chat. And hello, Atomic. Well, yeah, it's caseless ammo, and, well, it's not meant to be 100% accurate to real life. I don't think you could shove that much in there, but hey, it sounds cool. Oh god, not an elevator. Not an elevator. Let's see. Modern Predator
I've
stuff.
lost their readings.
Yeah, well,
Connor,
I wouldn't hold your breath. I mean, it's Disney, but then again,
Rookie, they got the music off. So they
yeah,
must
I remember
Check
the
the next
holographic stripper. Yeah. Doesn't have anything on Cortana, my waifu. And speaking of waifus, the very fact that Katie Sackhoff is in The Mandalorian, that woman has aged gracefully. But we shall see. Maybe there will be an Aliens TV series. I mean, it would work.
must be some new breed of Xeno.
Another week, another planet. I mean,
I'm on my way to the Rookie.
is it Club's upper floor? Well, I get the feeling they're all dead. Just
Coming up
saying.
in the elevator now.
Coming up the
Watch
elevator
those
now.
shadows, Rookie. The private will be there soon.
Private. Aren't I a private?
Hold up.
I mean, how does Bro Dude outrank me? Oh, I think Bro Dude's about to die, so I'll be the... Not William Gibson!
Crap! The elevators are down. I'll try to reroute the power.
Could this be a arena? Oh my god, it's the dubstep! Xeno dubstep. You know, I thought this was kind of crap before, because once again, I was still thinking like the original Aliens and Predator. But, you know, this is not bad. It is memorable, and I have remembered it over 10 years, so it must not be that bad. Come on, give me something to shoot other than one guy. There we go. These guys do take a shitload more damage than they originally did. Like, everything in this game is like a meat sack. Like, they just take so many hits. Let's see, can I blast through here? No. Seriously, whoever came up with this dubstep needs to be face-hugged, and in the worst possible way. Because, like, used to be, if you shot them in the head, like, their whole body would explode. I would totally love to have gotten me one of those bloody airsoft pulse rifles. I have no reason to buy such a thing, but damn is that an awesome gun. If you ever find yourself sent into the distant future, that is the first firearm you need to manufacture. Even if it's not that useful. Although it does make me wonder, like, if you were to use like a pulse rifle against like a low-level Darksider, and you were just blasting off 100 round mags at the guy, how well would that work? Because you're not going to block that. That's one thing I really quite liked about the Mando versus Ashoka fight, where he uses the goddamn flamethrower. It's like, dodge that, motherfucker. Let's go find our hacked elevator. She totally hacked the firewalls, man. Let's see.
Lost touch with Gibson.
Gibson's down, Echo Team. Sending the Rookie your way. Take good care of him. He's had a rough ride.
Sure thing, Tequila. I'll treat him like my kid brother.
Well, it's encased in the propellant, but it doesn't expel that. The problem, really, with caseless ammo is heat dissipation. It basically just makes the gun get way too hot, and the ammo can potentially melt. And so, in the future, who's to say? In one of the Alien Omnibus short story anthologies, I should say, by Larry Correia, no less, it's supposed to be a cooler burning powder, apparently. And that's how it works. Somehow. And it uses some sort of electronic pulse action, which is not that far-fetched. There is some electronically fired ammo, but it's very rare.
Come with me, Rookie. We're needed upstairs.
Now, when we get to the Predator segments, the various Marines are going to basically turn into mercenaries, but I think they wanted to simplify things so they didn't like have an actual mercenary company show up. So Colonial Marines end up acting very, very unprofessional in terms of, like, well, militaries don't act that way. Well, U.S. military doesn't act that way, I should say. Now, this part, I love how, like, I hate this game, but I remember this level, this part of the level exactly.
They're testing the perimeter, Private.
What the?
They're testing the fences.
What happened to the lights?
What happened to your acting ability? What do you mean they cut the power? Is it werewolves? No, it's xenomorphs. Really? Then why did you make me go up here? I would have liked them to have used the original xenomorph sound effects versus the.
Find the command laptop. Get it back
So we
online.
still gotta go down here.
This is it, man.
There we go.
This is it.
Just stay quiet. We'll make it.
You get to use the modern space laptop. Rookie, who taught you how to type? Shit. I will give the game this. The xenomorph is still scary, and it still makes you panic a bit. Whoa, no! Yeah, these guys are about as useful as the Halo Marines. Which is kind of sad because I remember when playing this, I was really impressed by their 3D models. Christopher Nolan's dead too!
I think we're on our own here.
Well, I'm not exactly alone yet, but I get the feeling we can measure your lifespan in, seconds.
Don't relax just yet, Marines.
Why would I relax in the middle of a xenomorph invasion? Let's see. The audio logs have some of the worst acting imaginable. But I will say this. Ah, God, that muzzle flash. Seriously, people. If the muzzle flash is this bad, make the barrel slightly longer.
It's down.
This is Tequila.
Is she dead?
Read me,
No.
Rookie. Hang in there.
Okay, good.
Charlie team's headed your way.
Tell them to hurry the fuck up, Corporal. You hear? Shit.
As you point out, the joke, it doesn't really make sense. Oh yeah, she doesn't make any sense, but, well, we take what we can get. She at least is not Ray. Stop moving, you bastard! They really made those tails... Or you can phase into the wall. Yep, there she goes. I was pretty sure the character that had, like, 50 points of health would not survive getting smacked by a xenomorph. Yeah, you better stop moving, you bastard. Be careful, I'll smack you with my rifle butt, even though you can survive in space. This means you'd be, like, way more armored. Like, he literally just teleported. What an asshole. See, that growl can be particularly scary if you've got a good audio system. Now, where is that bust? See, the only problem I have is... Oh, he's stuck on the wall! Really? Come on, game. See, compared to the original AVP, the gameplay is not quite as good, but this is still actually much better than I remember. Let's see. This game is worth playing. It's not as good as the originals, but if you've wanted to play some Alien stuff and you haven't had anything in years, yeah, go ahead and give this a try, because it still has that same kind of frantic gameplay. Okay, like, what am I supposed to do here? Neutralize the xenomorphs. Well, you know what? We've already kind of failed at that. God damn it. Stop teleporting! Don't make me smack you. I'll smack you. You know, that doesn't make any sense.
Charlie team's en route.
I neutralized one xenomorph. Count them, one!
Area sealed.
Which rear echelon motherfucker ordered us to retreat into a dead end?
I think I can squeeze
So,
through.
that animation right there did look pretty cool. Shit. Get him, get him! No! Well, I tried. Why don't you turn around and shoot at them? See, the only problem with this is it just doesn't really... That's a lot of them. It just doesn't feel polished enough at this point. See, this is where it kind of lost me. There's no real good hook. Because it's like, I'm just shooting one or two guys, but I do know it opens up a little bit more. Anything's better than Colonial Marines.
I'm jacking into the systems there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the entire Marine campaign along with the Predator and Aliens. Crap, 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 crap! I'll smack you! Hit him with a grenade. He's like, you can still feel that old excitement. Run.
Your objective marker.
Just run. It's really a type of excitement that you just don't really feel in other games. The Xenomorph is just strong enough. I probably could have played this on hard. I got a slightly better experience. Okay, what the hell is that fucking door? Don't make me smack you. Just brutalize. Oh crap, that is a lot of fucking Xenomorphs. Crap. Get through the door. You see, like, so many other games just can't get that thing.
All Marines, regroup and retreat.
And I'm also a big fan of Concrete Jungle. I've already done a Let's Play of that entire thing, actually, many years ago. Because the deaths are kind of boring. You know, Silver Wings, I've never played the 1994 AVP game.
Do it, Marine. You can wash the shit off in orbit.
Because when I first tried to play it, the Jaguar emulator still wasn't quite there yet compared to what I imagine it is today. I might need to actually take a look at that at some point. Already at full stems. Yeah, I definitely should have played this on hard. I don't need to throw a flare. See, what's kind of funny though is we look back at like not Colonial Marines, the original Aliens, and the shoulder lamp is kind of an interesting concept. That was before weapon lights were even a thing. And if you notice, every single rifle in Aliens is just iron sights. Like in this game, I mean, like, and it wouldn't be until like, I think like 5 or 6 years ago that the whole idea of optics being on every rifle would even be a thing. If anything, Colonial Marines is the only Alien game that kind of brings that into the Aliens future. God damn it. I'm not gonna run. What do I look like? Oh, how he puts his hands up to like try to dodge that. See, these guys are still powerful enough that I need a goddamn grenade to kill one. Hey, run.
Shit, they just keep coming.
They just keep coming. Oh, yes, they do. They are insatiable. Technically, they are. If you look at it that way.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. Can we have some better dialogue? No. Just be glad you're not being... Just be glad you're not being written by... Oh, crap, no! What the hell? Oh, it's gotta be scripted. Alright, so that's not bad. That is not nearly as bad as I remember. Let's see. Did they give up on Jaguar emulation? See, I don't know if this game would really work if the AI was that smart. But actually getting real Jaguar hardware, that pistol looks absolutely massive, or the perspective is really off. Damn, unlike in Alien Isolation, they didn't leave us with all our weapons. Ah well. And see, that's another minor issue, minor quibble I have. Like, I should have had to have shot that Xenomorph. Also, that's some pretty nice shadow work. But like, all he was doing was posing. He's just kind of like growling. And by kind of like, I mean, he's just like, look how scary I am. Like, I'm not that scared, dude. In fact, I'm just gonna smack you over the head with a pistol, and that'll magically hurt you somehow. Because reasons. Now, there's actually a Alien fanfic, one of the very first ever fanfics I read, where Hudson survives. He's able to escape the hive and hijack a, well, not hijack, but find a shuttle that's in the colony. What's kind of crazy about that fanfic is about a decade later, there would be a, well, this is kind of a spoiler, but in one of the modern day Aliens books, there would be a hidden shuttle. So it's like, oh my god, it's the future. Okay, can we, no, we can't.
Blast door open.
That's near Major Van
she's able to magically hack it. She hacked my firewalls. The multimodal reflection sorting, right? Now that just looks awesome. even today, that looks pretty good. If only there were a few more xenomorphs, this thing would actually not be quite as generic as it is. It's like there needs to be just a few more enemies. Just a few. I think they do fix that in the other campaigns. We'll just have to see. I think we're going to find a double-barreled pump-action shotgun at some point soon, if I remember correctly. And when this game came out, there was just a few home builds, like some 870s bolted together. But then, you know, we got the DP-12.
Watch your back in there.
The most bro gun that ever broed it up. And speaking of non-bro guns, yep, there it is. The double-barreled, okay, I think this basically, yeah, it is. This is 2 Remington 870s bolted together with just a pistol grip. It's the most bro thing. Actually, it's not even bro. This is Bubba. This is not bro. This is Bubba. It's like the DP-12 is bro because it's got not tequila, or no, it's not tequila. That's we could shoot him like a lot. Why aren't we shooting him? Oh crap! Oh crap! Love how Private Bro Dude over here can just throw off a bloody face hugger because of course he can. Whereas with Ripley it took like 3 people to do it. But we got our Bubba shotgun. It's like, what's better than 1 shotgun? 2 shotguns bolted together. Am I right? Oh yeah, these graphics are not, well, they're not that bad though. There's a lot worse games from 2010. You gotta admit.
Power's back.
I mean, this is head and shoulders above Rage. Just wait till I review Rage. Those graphics look worse than this, and it came out, I think, a year later. I mean, this texture work is godly compared to Rage. Rage just looks like shit. He escaped shortly before Hadley's home got nuked. And Death Metal Elitist, we are shooting xenomorphs and taking names. Well, not taking any names of it, but it sounds cool. Throw it off! Throw it off! I don't know if I like it being where you can kill the thing or it being an insta kill. I'm not really sure which one I like more. The insta kill is definitely more rage inducing. This works for this kind of gameplay where it's meant to be more accessible. Still like the audio to work. I'm definitely gonna have to look at that. It's probably something in the audio settings that this doesn't like, seeing as how this is much more ancient than it should be. Yeah, the gameplay's pretty okay.
I should be able to
Point the dish at the colony. I should be able to tap into something. Rookie, who taught you to type? My god, dude. You're from the future! You act like you're like from 1940 and you've just seen a goddamn keyboard.
I've got pretty much zip inside.
See, this is in many respects sort of like a reimagining of AVP2, because a lot of this stuff happened in AVP2 in a similar way. Except this is more of a bro-duded up AVP2, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I really don't like the demystifization of the Predator, though, where they make it like make the Predator like this really. There's too many fucking elevators. You definitely know they're trying to hide loading screens when they got all these elevators.
Administration.
Oh wow, you're right. I am hurt. How do I heal? There we go. Winners don't use drugs unless they want to live. So this is a ZX-16 shotgun from Mossberg, the people who brought you the Shockwave, the single most useless shotgun. I mean, wonderful shotgun ever. Where'd that bastard go?
I'll keep scanning.
Keep it for close encounters of the horny kind. We don't know. Oh crap! That I was not expecting I would die that fast. Okay, now we got a game going here. We're gonna have to pay attention now. This got completely eradicated there.
I've got pretty
Just
much
going
zipped
around
inside.
just like half awake.
If
It's
you
like,
head back
oh,
down through the outbuilding,
gameplay in
there's
game.
a service bridge that leads into the refinery.
Oh, dearie me. Alright. Now this game is starting to impress me a little bit. See, like, this compass is kind of annoying because it's not allowing you to really explore. Power, you want it. I'm trying to read a sign here, Xenomorph. Oh, you're gonna kill me for reading a sign? How could you?
Bringing
How could
systems
you?
online. Doors, locks, lights, cams. Power levels nominal.
At least it was, you know, Xenomorph acid instead of just water. Although bringing up the Wizard of Oz, I actually have sat through both the book and the play, although watching the play on YouTube, of Wicked, that is a reimagining of the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz books. I think they're books. Or is it just a movie? Whatever. The Wizard of Oz universe. It's actually kind of a... I'm not one for musicals, but it was actually pretty entertaining, surprisingly enough.
No sign of Van Zandt yet.
And the book was also pretty entertaining for a series I don't really give that much of a... Don't really care that much about. Because, I mean, everyone has watched Wizard of Oz, but I never found it to be that amazing. Not really my thing. When I was in high school, I actually wrote a fanfic, because of course I did, about a bunch of Civil War soldiers getting sent to the Wizard of Oz universe and having to fight various creatures. I thought it was pretty awesome. Thankfully, that no longer exists to this day. Because, like, it was the most wank fic. Oh, crap. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Run! Run! I'm stuck in a wall! Damn you, Bucks! Well, they were books. Practice shooting from the hip. Never! Speaking of in-range TV, well, not really speaking of in-range TV, but speaking of gun videos, there is going to be a first shots coming out next week of the PTR 91. I finally missed enough sleep and worked enough hours to finally buy one of those bastards, and I gotta say, that is a damn good rifle. I only shot it at 50. Oh, no, shit. Aha! I know how to use controller. See, since I'm a member of a military unit, I can actually use select fire firearms. It's a dream come true. Oh, crap. Heal me. Heal me. Come on, rookie, do some drugs. It's only a little bit of methamphetamine. Come on. The crowds did it. They turned out okay. Crap. I don't even know where did I go just now? It's like, oh, there's not enough enemies, you said. You had to open your mouth. Not enough Covenant. Now we got fucking plasma sword-armed elites. Shit. Aha! Take that, you bastard. Their AI is so breaking. They keep running into a wall. And yet they still slaughtered me multiple times. I see you, Acid. Okay. What the hell do... The God Rays look pretty good. Well, except that looks more washed out, but whatever. Awesome. Well, you see, I got the bastardized commercial one because that was the only one I could find. And I didn't want to have to use a claw mount because I wanted something I could just easily clamp one on, easily put a scope on, so yeah. Even though, when I took it to the range today, I just shot with the iron sights because the range was fucking packed and there was one lane open on the 50, and so I just used the 100-yard battle sight. I almost don't even want to put a scope on it because that 100-yard battle sight, first time I ever shot the gun, and I got some really good hits at the 50.
Look for
Like, ridiculously good.
access, so you'll have to bypass it on site.
Like, that PTR is like a goddamn laser. Shit. And like all that is just, oh, you busted. I keep thinking that's the one. Just look at the flare. Look how pretty it is. You know, like that battle sight, like I was able to pick it up pretty easily and get on target without too much difficulty. I mean, for a notch sight, not bad at all.
Start the bypass.
I think once I actually use an aperture, it'll be even more accurate. And oh my God, we've got a really kind of thing. Cyberpunk 2077. My Wizard of Oz fanfics weren't cringe. They were definitely something though. Because that was at a time when I primarily did a lot of self-insert kind of things. And so my character, of course, was somehow able to arm his entire Civil War squad with Bryson needle rifles, which, for those who don't know, would be literally impossible because that was a Prussian state secret. And this was long before Forgotten Weapons was even a fever dream in Ian McCollum's mind. But I thought, like, you could just, like, buy like a needle fire revolver and it'd be like a 44 or something. It's like, yeah, they got like needle revolvers, man. So it's like you've got a 32 caliber like pop gun. Brilliant. But I didn't know. I had no way of knowing. And also I had not even heard of Wicked at the time. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna like wage war on the Wicked Witch of... Ugh, I cannot say witch. Wicked Witch. It's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking get him. It's like, oh wait, she's technically kind of hold X to interact. Why do I want to interact with other humans? It's boring. Have I played Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising? I have played that game. I have two really good memories of that game. One is where I almost finished the first mission. I was so close to finishing that, and I accidentally ordered one of the bots to get out of the helicopter. He got out of it, and it promptly crashed, killing me, meaning I had to restart the level. And another thing from the first level, where I stole one of their trucks. I hit a rock and did a whole flip. It was brilliant. One on the top row. Oh, I actually don't have the handguard like that. I have it. It looks as close to a actual G3 as it can with the welded on rail. I did not get that aluminum one. I'm glad I didn't have to get that one either. But it basically, it doesn't have a park finish, but instead has the black powder coat, which is fine. I mean, yeah, it's a nice finish. But it was actually kind of funny when I picked up that PTR. I thought like all you had to do was just pull back on the cocking handle. You don't. Like that thing requires a lot of effort.
Online and vitals A-OK.
She says my vitals are A-OK, but come to find out, the rookie has cancer. He just should have gotten, you know, his pancreatic cancer exam, but he just didn't want to go through with it.
Must be something pretty special down here for the man himself to take a personal interest. All right, I've got security control. You're good to go.
Oh, replicates the HK91, eh?
I'm gonna scan for Van Zant's PDT. We'll get you to the nearest RV
well, I mean,
and pull you
I
both
would like
out
to have
together.
a more military one, but yeah, HK91's still cool, and it's HK. Let's see, Cyberpunk 2077. I have not played that yet. I like have no time for an RPG. I'm having my first day off. I love that. It's like my first day off in 3 months is tomorrow. And I'm going to spend most of that working on videos and playing Dark Souls, or Demon's Souls. It's like, time off, what's that? And I'm also going to look at Christmas lights with my family. Because that's a yearly tradition where we go to a fairly fancy neighborhood and look at all the rich people's Christmas lights, which is always cool. And I've been doing that my entire life, and they still do it, which I think is awesome. And there's something about just being able to get into the Christmas spirit, even with things around the country being kind of crap. Because Christmas really is one of my favorite times of the goddamn year. Where's that xenomorph? I'll put you in a Christmas hat. Santa hat xenomorph. Such a thing needs to be drawn. Shoot you in that banana-shaped head, you bastard. I see that tail. Don't make me smack you. Yeah. Rookie is strang. He's been hitting the steroid. I mean, weight room. Totally not taking steroids. Now, speaking of steroids, one thing I realized that we kind of forget today is that the Predator really had an even greater impact when it came out. Because, like, Arnie, he was like the man back then. He was like Superman. And so, like, every enemy he fought, he would just completely slaughter until the Predator. And so, like, the Predator was even more awesome because it was actually an enemy that could go toe-to-toe with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, today it's like, we like the Predator for what he does, you know, like, for what he does. He's like an awesome character. But back then, can I drop the pistol that's kind of useless? Like, do I drop the shotgun or do I drop the pulse rifle? Why must you make me choose between my children? Alright, I'll just drop the shotgun. But like, the whole idea of there actually being an enemy tough enough to go up against Arnold, that was a big deal back in the 1980s. Now, of course, I didn't realize that until way later because I was not born in the... I was born at the very tail end of the 80s. That is kind of a lame flamethrower, just saying. The flame effects don't look that bad, but still. Oh, crap. I see you, goody. There we go. I'll check the chat after I successfully not die. Audio still sounds kind of crap to me, but I was able to use sound to locate that bloody facehugger. Now, evidently, the facehugger was supposed to help Van Zant. Look, you know, dude, you chose to be a Mennonite. You'll die a Mennonite. Wait, no.
That's the rest of us.
Do I shoot it?
Just you? Shit.
Hey, what do you mean, just me? I've been slaughtering more Xeno.
Shoot me, rookie.
But isn't there a little Xeno in all of us? I don't know how he's talking while I've blasted his head off, but whatever.
Major.
Now watch the chat. Have I been doing that the entire game? Surviving the Xenomorph attack? I have no idea. And also, like I was hoping it was going to be an awesome rifle, and it was. Too bad 308 is like almost impossible to find. But I was lucky. I was able to find a grand total of 100 whole cartridges for not a ridiculous price at the local gun range. Just some M80 ball MagTech. Shit, no! Smack him! Heal me up, Heartsick. Tequila just is not that into me. Alright, let's get the let's flame on. Flaming. Oh my. Who knew the rookie was into that? Alright, let's... Oh crap! Shit, just burn them! Burn them in holy fire! Cleanse! Oh shit. Cleanse, burn, shit, no! Oh, I couldn't get away in time. Pager Dutch. Dutch Schaefer. A lot of people forget that his name was actually Schaefer. Now, that particular character did actually have a brother in the Predator comics. But there's actually a bit of the celebrity paradox in the Predator comics. And by extension, the Predator novels. Because his brother mentions, or no, somebody mentions that his brother looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Run! Run! Trip. Just vape him. You vape, bro. You know, if I actually vape, which I do not, I would, god damn it, would totally like to have a Xenomorph vaporizer. Let's see here. But Xenomorph vaporizers aside, I bet such a thing exists. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. Okay, let's be smart and shoot the eggs. Or almost get face hugged. Get your bloody space penis out of my face. It is an unwanted advance. Okay, reload. I know he's got to be somewhere. See, this is not a bad arena. There's just enough xenomorphs to make it difficult. And it is graphically impressive. I mean, this is still a graphically impressive game. And it was at the time. Even in my rather unhinged review, I was like, graphics, it's all about the graphics. Not about the gameplay. But this gameplay still is pretty good. I think like if there was actually a modding community, they could fix some of this. It's like some of this is like damage values. Like if you could get hurt a little bit more by the xenomorphs, even though I keep dying. Like if you got hurt a little bit more by them, and if you could like just blast them apart in like 1 or 2 hits, that would make things a little more frantic. Heal, heal, heal. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What's the heal button? I don't remember what it is. You have to hold down one. But it would definitely be helped by changing that a little bit. Now, one of the other great things, I didn't even notice that until now, like you can blow off parts of them.
Look for the objective marker.
But what if you got out of the refinery dead, but like a zombie? Would that still count, or would you lose? Alright, let's see what we got here. And of course, we get to yet another loading elevator. Because why would we not? I think after we finish this mission, I'm going to call it a day. That looked exactly like a bloody Giger painting. I mean, I'm going to re-review this game next year. One of the things I can already say about it is it definitely still cares about its source material. I mean, when you look at, you know, Rise of Skywalker or I can't remember what the name of that is now. Last Jedi. I tried to purge that from my memory, but when you look at that, it's like they did not care at all about their source material. Whereas this, they're still trying to be as... Yeah, this thing is complete crap. I did not remember it being this bad. But then again, the flamethrower in AVP-1 was pretty awful too. AVP-2's was actually really useful. This thing is just complete ass. Okay, run, come on, rookie. You should have a little bit better... God damn it. Oh god, I don't want an audio diary. Told me that was some goddamn ammo. Run. Get away. Heal. Come on, mashing Y. Death Core. Perpetual. Space Terror Beast. Terminator Resistance. Yes, I have tried that game. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to complete it. Shit! Okay, give me my goddamn rifle. I have not had a chance to complete it due to not having any time. What? God damn it! What little I've played of Terminator Resistance, the graphics are kind of crap, but the story looks pretty good. The gameplay is fairly fun. I mean, it's a Terminator RPG. Such a thing, I never knew such a thing could ever exist. And there's been some weird Terminator games throughout the years, like that Terminator like Battlefield ripoff kind of thing that never worked right. Like I got that game, and like you could play like one mission, and then it would just immediately break. Shit. I have heard that like Cyberpunk 2077 is having some difficult times with the console versions. That's not surprising for a game that big. Like they never got the PS3 version of Fallout New Vegas working quite right, and I think Skyrim also doesn't work quite right either. I mean, putting an RPG on a console is never going to be that easy, just because a console has only so much memory. And especially modern day RPGs, are huge. And Cyberpunk 2077 is supposed to be the biggest of them all, so... It's kind of interesting that Cyberpunk even got a game like that, because Cyberpunk was one of the lesser popular Cyberpunk games. Like, compared to... oh, crap. Compared to Shadowrun, I thought, like, Cyberpunk would have been much too obscure to get a AAA release like that. And hello, Ross Dude. And there's nothing wrong with Fallout meets thoughts on the Dark Eldar in 40K. There's nothing wrong with Fallout meeting Terminator. I mean, Fallout before Fallout 4, and yeah, I know people love Fallout 4, but I hated it. Fallout before that was a pretty damn good game series with some very deep gameplay. And the Terminator universe should be explored more because the Terminator Expanded universe is actually quite entertaining. I mean, the future war against a machine overlord is a really cool setting. It's actually a pretty, not necessarily a unique post-apocalyptic setting, but something we don't really see all that much. And Dark Eldar in anything are one of the more, like, gross factions. Like, almost as bad as Chaos. I mean, like, a bunch of torture elves. Ugh. Now, one of the more gross things that the Dark Eldar did wasn't even in the in 40K. It was in Warhammer Fantasy. And I think I mentioned this before, but Malice Darkblade, he has his own, I think, trilogy of books, of which I've never read because the first book kind of grossed me out to the point where I couldn't really finish it. But basically, he's like a pirate, and he captures a bunch of humans, right? And, oh my god, it's a Xeno... That actually is a nice egg texture. For 2010, that looks good. I'll get to Malice Darkblade in a minute. Junk can poke through the clothing. Oh my! And that is a creepy looking xenomorph queen. But this is a fairly easy boss fight, by which I mean she doesn't really do much of anything.
It's the matriarch. Nowhere to run.
Because what we gotta do is we gotta run up here.
She's camped over one of the smelting furnaces. She must
She's camped over one of the smelting furnaces.
You handle the eggs while I try to get power to
Probably should be shooting at these, Oh, crap. I see you, busted. But Keanu Reeves as, oh, I forget what the name of the character actually even is. As one of the major characters. I remember Raynick before he kind of disappeared. Oh, crap! No means no!
Keep it up, rookie.
We're gonna Me Too your asses. Oh my. But Raynick mentioned he was some made. Johnny Silverhand, I think, is what Keanu Reeves' character is supposed to be. See, like, I know nothing about the Cyberpunk universe. I've watched some videos on it, but that was like a really old, like, RPG property that I didn't think anybody really cared about. I mean, it sounded interesting, but to me, Shadowrun sounds more interesting with the elves and dwarves and shit. But we'll see. I do intend to play through it as soon as I have, like, the opportunity to get through some more games. Supposed to be above the queen. Oh, it's the matriarch, eh? And yeah, like, just getting killed by an orc is a lot better than getting taken by a Dark Eldar. I am destroying the eggs, goddammit. But in Warhammer Fantasy, the Dark Eldar capture a bunch of humans, and what ends up happening is they like torture all the humans they get, but one of the female captives is like, I'll let you do anything to me if you just let my husband go. And they do. They like torture her like almost to death, and then they give the husband the woman's like severed like face that's been cut off. It's like, oh god, that was not what I expected, I'll tell you that. Because Warhammer Fantasy, well, a fairly dark fantasy series, never really got that dark. It's like, I was not expecting that. So yeah, Dark Eldar, pretty creepy in Warhammer Fantasy, and I would imagine just about as creepy in the in Warhammer 40K. I haven't read much with them in 40K, although I did listen to an audio drama, Caiaphas Cain audio drama, And for those who don't know what Kaifas Kane is, Blackadder in space, more or less, although Baldric is much more competent. And smells really bad. But anyway, where like, he meets up with a Dark Eldar female, and like, she's kind of, shall we say, hot for him, right? But her idea of the sexy time is basically cutting him into little pieces. As you'd expect, Kane is able to shoot her with his gun, but not the fleshy one. As you would expect. That's not really a spoiler, because, I mean, seriously, it's Kane. He's gonna find some way to fuck him up. Come on, Tequila, hurry up and reprogram the firewalls already, goddammit. I mean, seriously, you busy fapping to, like, Leon Kennedy Rule 63? Shit, no, don't get shot! Eat it, you bastards. Let's see. Hey, the old Go Trek, man. That had a really sad ending because the whole Warhammer Fantasy universe gets completely eradicated because they didn't sell enough models. But Go Trek and Felix are by far my single favorite fantasy duo, and it's my favorite fantasy series by far, with Demon Slayer being my favorite fantasy book of all time. I mean, what other book has a dwarven airship literally fly into hell to rescue a magic hammer? And then the next book is almost as good. It's where you then have the giant airship then be used to kill a dragon. And seeing as how there's like 11 Go Trek and Felix books, you can probably guess that they won. What the hell am I doing here? Destroy the heated oh! I read good. Oh, come on, that face through there. Bullshit. You know, Xenomorph, I'm trying to kill the matriarch. You know, you could just let me do that. I mean, seriously. It would be so equitable of you to do that. Okay, let me grab that. Give me the shotgun, give me the Remington 870. And speaking of the Remington 870, I am so screwed because I should not be up here. I really shouldn't be up here. Crap. No. Have a flare, Xenomorph. I'll read the chat in just a second, because I'm trying not to get eradicated here. Okay, let me just push past him. Give me ammo. 99 rounds. You realize how much 99 10mm would cost a day? Okay, let's not focus on them. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! Ah! Busted. Let's see. My Tyranids are thrown into a reclamation pool alive and be captured by the... Yeah, you die a lot faster. That's for sure. Honestly, the Tyranids do kind of creep me out too. The idea of being eaten alive is just kind of... So, like, makes getting shot seem almost cheery in comparison. Or cleaved apart by an orc. That's why I'm glad it is only M2. Really, any kind of torture or stuff like that creeps me out a lot more than, like, getting blown up or something. Hit it. Aha! Take that, you bastard. Well, actually, since technically that's a matriarch. I don't want to be sexist. Take that, you bitch. Bastard. That is a lot of Xenos. I like how he just kind of stops to pose. What the hell am I supposed to do here? Destroy the heated can... destroy the heated canisters. Shit. Shit, shit. No! Come on. See, that looks kind of lame. It doesn't have a lot of weight behind it. And yeah, this game is actually a lot better than I remember. Let me read the chat real quick. Okay, probably films like Hellraiser. But they probably think it's kind of lame. Female Jeffrey Dahmer. Well, see, like, Kaifas Kane I think one of the more interesting things about that character, more than anything else, is just the fact that he sees himself as a coward because he's not like a lead from the front kind of guy, when in reality, he's actually sensible like somebody from our century. Wanna blow it up? And so to us, he's like sane, but to his society, he is not. Oh crap. Stop jumping at me, you bastards! Not fair. See, this is a much better fight than I thought it was. Well, Tequila, I love the fact that you're giving me all this pep talk. You can do it! You have to believe! Believe the bullet will hit. Come on, heal. Because, like, this is not a bad arena. It's like, you're constantly under attack, and you actually have to pay attention to your surroundings. Now, it would have been nice if you had to fight the queen, but this works too. Works a lot better than what you had to do in Colonial Marines, where, like, literally you hit one switch, and it just so happens to knock the queen out the airlock. This is actually legitimately good, and that's gonna explode it.
Focus, don't die. Thank you for Gilligan. Phased in 5 years. Let's see here. A warrior with great honor. Indeed.
Well, see, Warhammer 40k is kind of interesting. It was actually meant to be a bit of dark humor when it first came out, and it really just depends on what books you read. Sometimes it can be just basic military science fiction.
Refinery
without being too depressing.
Lockdown in place.
Lockdown in place. I know the feeling of that. Oh, but good, he's got no skin on. Actually, it's a really nicely detailed model. Yeah. Never been one for gore. So, I can tell you this, AVP 2010, way better than I remembered. Shotgun in the Typhoon. Well, good for you. I mean, it's not AVP 2, it's not AVP 1, but you know, it's still a pretty good game. I mean, it does what it sets out to do, and it does it pretty well. I think I was expecting more than what I got, and I just kind of unfairly judged it based upon what had come before. To get people into the AVP franchise, I can see that if this was the first game you ever played, you might feel it's a little bit generic, but it might inspire you to look at more.
Get some of this,
and I hate to admit it, but I kind of want to keep playing. Okay, where's that fucking Switch?
Nintendo Switch. Oh, you know, just the usual.
Is up. Lack of sleep and shooting xenomorphs. Okay, here we go. Okay, come on, rookie. You can. His typing is not that bad. I misjudged him. And not only do we fight, you know, the xenomorphs that we expect to see, but we also fight those weird jungle xenomorphs. And somebody really should have put that mag release, or slide release, not slide, bolt release, there we go. Someplace else, because you should not have to move your hand to do that. Now, speaking of ergonomics, for whatever reason people call the G3 an ergonomic nightmare, the reality is, you just kind of got to know your gun. Like, if you've never shot a G3 before, or even handled one, yeah, it's going to be a little difficult to maneuver. I mean, my mag handling skills with that thing are pretty bad, but it's like, you just got to learn how to, you know, shoot it. I think everybody's kind of just spoiled on ARs. It's like, but it's not an AR. Well, not everything's an AR. Just learn how to use the gun. Ah, there we got the spitting xenomorphs. I'll admit, in Alien Resurrection, I quite like that scene where the xenomorph used like a ranged attack, because that makes it even more deadly. Stop spitting at me. So what if I don't wear a mask?
I did not know there was going to be a new Predator coming out. And yeah, I'm going to play one more level. Video game based upon
You know, that would be a very good game, because like it would be a first-person shooter, because a lot of his books are like first-person shooters. And I had no idea there's going to be another Predator film coming out. I mean, here's hoping it's actually good compared to The Predator. And even though even the Predator wasn't too bad, but it could just be my desperation talking. My desire to... I don't think I'm going to play this entire level, but I definitely want to play this a little bit more. I think I might go for another 15 minutes and then call it a day. I'm already starting to feel a little fatigued. Let's see. Oh, it takes place in the past. See, that would be kind of neat. You see, like, they wouldn't have, like, ranged weaponry outside of bows. And you could, like, really have... Shit! No means no, facehugger. Maybe if you take me out to dinner, I might change my mind. You know, like, actually try to, you know, converse with me. Treat me like a human being, you know? You don't have to be so grabby. Let's see, where was I? And like... Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if they might draw some inspiration from one of the Predator comics called Big Game, where it is a Native American going after a predator, but it's set in then modern day of the 1990s. It was a pretty good book from what I remember. I think like the guy was like in the army, but he had some issues because reservation life is pretty bad. So I remember having a really nice ending though. Watch out for the goddamn predator. Well, no. Who are you sending that Mayday to if everybody's dead? Well, I never would have guessed that that dropship would have been shot down. Mainly because I think they were flying way too low to the ground. They were kind of just asking to get blown away there. Oh yeah, there was a Native American guy who fought in that film, but he died pretty easily. Because unfortunately, when it comes to a film like Predator 1, it was meant to be more horror than action. So we didn't really get a cool, you know, sword fight. Which would have been nice, but, well. We finally did get an awesome sword fight in Predators. I love Predators. That is one of my favorite Predator films. I think it's my second favorite. I like Predator 2 well enough, but like seeing, you know, like what is effectively a modern day ninja, you know, using a samurai sword against, what the hell is that? I do not remember this weapon. Oh, this is like the, yeah, it's the sharpshooter rifle. Or should we say precision target rifle? Yeah, the Predator did fight a pirate. I think like the pirate helped out the Predator and then like he took his pistol. I vaguely remember that. Really, that xenomorph is just showing off. Like really, you're swimming in 2 inches of water, dude. You're not impressing anyone. See, like I can swim too. I can just walk on water. Wait, no. But that ninja versus Predator scene in Predators was absolutely like. I was just kind of floored by that. It's like, oh my god, they're actually gonna do it! And now today people complain that that's a raycast scene because it's like, well, you know, he's like Japanese and fighting with a samurai sword. That's like stereotype, man. It's like, when people watched that film, no one gave a fuck. He was a cool dude with a samurai sword cutting up a predator. Oh, you're gonna keep following me, aren't you? You think this is Dark Souls 2? Eat a grenade. Kind of weak one. Although people complain that enemies follow you in Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, it was even worse. Oh, stop screaming at me before I bash you.
It is imperative that I retrieve the data contained within the main building up ahead. I need you to find
yeah,
the
it was
power
supposed to be the tail of that
to bring the
particular
servers
pistol.
in the control building back online.
And I need to actually go through my Predator comics again. Right now, after watching The Mandalorian, I've gone back through, or I'm going back through my Boba Fett comics, it's kind of interesting to look at how Boba Fett has changed over the years. You know, like originally Boba Fett was just sort of like a generic bad guy, and he was then just kind of like a generic tough guy, and now with Attack of the Clones, he's an actual, you know, like full-fledged character. And I'm not sure which one I like more. You know, it's easy to say that both characterizations work for the same character, but it's just kind of interesting to see like 90s Boba Fett, you know, like barely grunting out one or two words, versus today where he's a bit more, shall we say, talkative. I'm just a big fan of the guy who plays him, so it's kind of a win-win in that. Now, when it comes to Boba Fett, though, one of his early comics, I think like it's the second comic actually, where we finally see matter teleportation in Star Wars, the only time we see it, and it was used as a circus act. That was actually kind of a weird comic. It's like the main villain was a shark guy, like literally a shark alien.
I am connected. Thank you.
Let's see, do we get through here? No, we don't.
This is it. The doors are now
Oh, you know it. Jungle Hunter and Predators. No, it was not the first one. Mainly because you'd be dead. But the Predator versus the Uber Predator.
It really was a one-sided fight, but what do you expect, though? I mean, the Jungle Hunter Predator had been, like, starved to death. He was probably dehydrated, and he was not going to be able to fight nearly as well as, you know, a fairly well-rested and well-fed Predator. There's just no way. So, oh, crap.
Get out of there,
like that bastard. Yeah, you better run, dude. You better run. Maybe if you had a Predator blaster rifle, you might be able to survive a little bit better. Realistically, shooting him with an explosive-tipped caseless round should actually hurt him a lot more than just regular rounds. Although, I wonder...
Don't fight it.
Don't fight it, just run away. I wonder what a 308 would do to a Predator, because 308 hits hard. You know, like if you had, like, say, armor-piercing 308, I think you could take down a Predator with that. I think 5.56 or 7.62x3.9 probably wouldn't be enough, but I don't know. 308, that thing's a thumper, that's for sure.
There is movement ahead. I will allow you to concentrate. Please.
All right, now let's see. That is literally just a glow stick. And Pedro Pascal does a very good job as the Mandalorian. I'm quite fond of that particular character. I've heard that, like, on Twitter he's kind of a asshole, but honestly, I don't care. I just don't really give a fuck, because he's a dude in a suit, and he's fairly entertaining to watch. Although, they need to, like, fix his little mustache, though. It just looks almost comical. It looks like they're trying to make him... And I guess they're trying to... And I guess it makes sense, because it is sort of like a space western. But it honestly looks like they're trying to make him look like Zorro, to some extent. And he does not have the face for Zorro, like, at all. Because, like, he's much too bulky for a Zorro, in my opinion. It's like, when I think Zorro, I think of sort of like a fairly skinny kind of guy. Crap. Stop jumping on me, you bastard! Oh, we're in broad daylight and it's still dark. Oh my god, we're at AVPR! That's a game I gotta review one day. It was surprisingly not that horrible. Surprisingly. From what I vaguely recall. After having played it years and years and years ago. Really? Got shot by my own side.
308 is a great shot.
Mile away? Damn.
Shotgun slugs.
Yeah, but like... I don't know, a shotgun slug is... Well, that is going like at 1,500 feet per second, but still. Oh, it's a fucking robot. Eat that, Robro. I thought that was...
They are illegal. This is typical of
Oh yeah, I forgot all about the combat synthetics. Goddamn Robros. Yeah, I guess the Predator did tank. Well, then again, that is a big, wide,
There are more ahead.
it's a big, wide,
Aim
thick
for the
projectile. Oh
Their
my.
bodies are more heavily
And that
armored.
compared to 308, 308's going to be going faster. It's probably going to get hard. Holy crap, that's another Robro. That's a lot of Robros. I need to run. Like, a lot. Ah, come on. How dare you shoot me in the back? I do not use Linux. I tried once, but never could actually figure out how to work the bloody thing. I eventually just gave up on it. Alright, there's that Robro. And we'll blast him in the head. Damn you, game, for actually making sense. But how does he see? Shit. How does he see if I blow his head off?
There are more.
Let's see. Red Viper from Game of Thrones. I have not seen Game of Thrones in years, so I couldn't really tell you. A remastered AVP 1 through 3 for current consoles, that'd be awesome. But it would be even more epic if it was on Steam. Now, AVP 1 does have a fan remake called AVP Redux. I did a Let's Play of that, actually, like almost a decade ago. And it looks pretty good. It looks like the modder did an absolutely excellent job on it. Oh, crap. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna actually pay attention to see if I'm already hurt. Yeah, I am already hurt. No wonder I'm dying.
Their bodies are more
Okay,
heavily
heal.
armored.
Heal. Let's see how I'm going. Okay, we're gonna get to the next stopping point. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember this game. I bet one of the reasons why I didn't like this game back in the day was because it does get really tough. Oh, crap. Because it does get pretty tough, and I was probably mad that it was that difficult. And wait, seriously, what other game lets you shoot headless synthetics? It's awesome. Like, this is really pretty good. I mean, maybe it's because it's been a long time since I've played a game like this, but damn. Oh, well, there's the end of the level. Sweet. Perfect timing. Alright, let's take a look at this. Use the steroids. 7mm Magnum on dropping big game. 3-inch exit wound on our... You know, 7mm Magnum would do that. You know, it's just getting a good hit, because you'd only be able to get one hit on one of those. I was able to download you'll get used to keyboard and mouse before too long. It's just a bit of a learning curve. Sensors outside. They probably do. Oh, you got the Mini 14. I will take a look at that. Let's see. Predator 2. That kid would have been dead if the gun he was carrying was real. In Somalia. Well, probably. But then again, where would a kid in 1997 LA get a real... Actually, that reminds me. In one of the Predator books, there is a kid who picks up a discarded Uzi and does get wasted by a Predator. So that does actually happen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am General Lotz. Next week we're coming back with more AVP 2010. This game is so much better than I remember. But until then, I am General Lotz. I'm going to wish you good PTR 91 and good AVP 1, whatever makes you happy.